Myself Sheikh Naim. So today we are going to discuss about absolute coordinate methods in AutoCAD. So what in by absolute coordinate methods? We try to understand with the help of a small diagram. So this is a diagram where we try to understand absolute coordinate method. If you see here, we have a origin. So this is the origin point. The origin point will be notated as a 0, comma 0. The origin is denoted with a 0, comma 0. If we see point 1, point 1 is at a distance of 20 mm from the origin in x direction, and similarly in y direction it is at a distance of 20 mm in along the y axis. So definitely the point P1 coordinate is which will be represented as a 20, comma 20. That means x distance 20, y distance 20. So then the point coordinates are 20, comma 20. Now come to point P2. Now here if I want to talk about point P2, I will be again considering from the origin. I should not consider from the point P1. Whenever I'm writing coordinates for P2, I will always consider from the origin point, that is 0, comma 0. Now the point 2 coordinates are, if we see the distance between P1 to P2 is 80, and from P1 to origin is 20. So the x direct distance from the origin to, sorry, from the origin to, from the origin to P2, that is nothing but 80 plus 20, that is 100. X direction it is 100. Now if we consider along the y axis, the P2 to origin distance is only 20. You can see only the origin to P2 distance is only 20. Now, if I consider P3 point, now P3 is at a distance from the origin, which is nothing but, if we see along the x-axis, it is 80 plus 20. So P3 coordinates are 100, and if we see y direction, P3 is at a distance of 20 plus this is 30. You can see from here to here the distance is 30. So P3 is at a distance of 30 plus 20, that is nothing but 50. Okay. Similar, we try to identify point P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9 up to P12. So that means whatever coordinate points are there, always we need to consider from the origin. Then we will be calling as absolute coordinate method. So these are the coordinate points we obtained. P1 is at a distance of 20, comma 20. P2 is 100, comma 20. P3 is 100, comma 50. P4 is 90, comma 50. P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, 11, and 12. Okay, these are the all the coordinate points we try to obtained by the absolute coordinate method. Okay, so we try to now what we try to do, we try to draw this diagram in the AutoCAD. So before that, we try to understand. So before drawing this diagram, so whatever diagram it is there, that I am going to draw in a rectangle. So for our convenient, I will be taking a rectangle. So I will be taking origin is 0, comma 0. You see, I was taken origin is 0, comma 0, and I need to identify the upper limit or upper corner point of the rectangle. If you see, I will be considering 0, comma 0 is the lower corner point, and upper corner point I will be obtaining from the diagram. You see, maximum length in our diagram is in x-axis is 80 plus 20. You can see 80 plus 20. So you can see this is 80 and this is your 20. If I add, this will be gives me 100. So this is the maximum length in x-axis. So I'll be adding some other distance or value such that I can conveniently draw this diagram within that rectangle. So I'll be taking total length as 120 in x direction. Similarly, if I see in y uh, direction, I will be having in y direction 20 plus, we can see this is the 20, and we have 30 plus, then we have 15. Okay, you can see we have 20, 30, 15. Total we have 50, total is 65. This is the maximum diagram length. I will be taking some more distance in the y-axis such that I can easily draw my diagram in a convenient way. So I'll be taking a 90 in the y maximum distance. So my rectangle coordinates, I will be considering x direction maximum is 120, y is 90. Okay. So this is the maximum upper limit I can take for my diagram. Okay. This is the scenario. So we try to do this thing in AutoCAD. So this is the AutoCAD uh, interface. We can clearly see this is the AutoCAD interface. We'll be using AutoCAD 2013th version. So you see at the bottom we have a command prompt. In the command prompt, before drawing my diagram, so I will first select my units. So I will be typing in a command prompt, I will be typing command is called units. When I press enter, so there is a dialog box is opened. Here we need to select our units. You can see there are different units are available: centimeters, millimeters, meters, kilometers. I will be choosing my diagram units are millimeters. Then I click on OK. So after setting your units, the next step is we need to choose our limits. So diagram have a limits. So I will be choosing my limits for my diagram. So when I press enter, it is asking lower left corner point. Already shown you. So we need to we are constructing a rectangle such that within this rectangle we try to draw our diagram. So this is the rectangle where we try to draw our diagram within the rectangle. For that reason, we will be taking a lower limit is 0, comma 0, upper limit is 120, comma 90. So I will be taking my limits for my diagram limits. Lower limit is 0, comma 0. When I press enter, it is asking upper right corner. Upper right corner, I already said, we will be taking 120, comma 90. I press enter. Now my limits are fixed now. Now I try to draw a rectangle. So I'll be using a command is called rectangle. You can see command is rectangle. When I type rectangle, it is asking first corner point. I will be specifying my first corner point is 0, comma 0. You can see my first corner point is 0, comma 0. When I press enter, it is asking, see the rectangle was drawn it here. I will be going to have my other corner point, which is nothing but 120, comma 90. When I press enter, my rectangle was drawn, but my rectangle was in out of my view. To identify my rectangle or to get into my viewable range, I will be using a another command which is called zoom. You can see I will be using a command is called zoom. When I press enter, so it is asking different options or it visualizing. I will be choosing zoom all. When I click zoom all, you can see the rectangle will come to my view. See, so this is the rectangle I drawn, but previously it is not visualizing into my view. Now you can see when I press zoom all, it came to my view range. So you can see we constructed a rectangle now. This is 0, comma 0 to 120, comma 90. Now we try to draw the diagram. This diagram we try to draw in the AutoCAD or within this rectangle. So first one we try to first point. So to start my diagram, I will be using a command is called line. You can see the command is a line I will be using. When I press enter, it is asking first point. We clearly visualize this diagram. Our first point is 20 comma 20 because I will be considering absolute coordinate method. I will take as first point is 20 comma 20. And I press enter. You can see line was started at here. Line was starting and it is a poly line, so it will continue. So it is asking specify next point. If I see next point, that is P2, it is at a distance of 100 comma 20. You can see the next point is 100. So it is going to type it here, but you need to make sure that uh, it should be going to type in the command window only. So you will understand later. What is the next point? 100 comma 20. While I press enter, I will be getting a straight line. Okay. So the next point I'm going to try it is P3, which is 100 comma 50. I will be typing. The next point is 100 comma. You can see 100 is typing somewhere else. What I'm doing, I will be typing comma here. Then my cursor come to my command window. Then I will type 100 comma 50. Then I will press enter. You can see. Okay. Next point we will see. We will see next point. You can see easily. Point one is over. Point two is over. Point three is over. Now we are at point four. P4 is at a P4 coordinates we have 90 comma 50. So P4 coordinates we have 90 comma. Once again I'm typing 90 comma. What is the value? 90 comma 50. Then I will press enter. Okay, you can see. So next point, P4 is over. Next point is P5. It is 85 comma 65. Next point is 85 comma 85 comma 65. Now I will press enter. You can see our diagram is continuing. Then next 85 comma 65 is over. Next point is P6, which is 75 comma 65. Next point is 25 comma 65. When I press enter, you can see this is the diagram. Next, it is over. Next point is 70 comma 50. Next we have 70. I will be typing once again 70 comma 50. Press enter. You can see it's still continuing. Next point is over. Next point is P8, 50 comma 50. I will be typing 50. So it is going to type always at the outside because we are using absolute coordinate method. Always we will type comma such that it comes to our command window. I will be typing once again 50 comma 50. You can clearly visualize what is happening at here. Otherwise, it is not possible to track 50 comma 50. Next, you can see I have a next point. We have 50 comma 65. Next point is 50 comma 65. When I press enter, you can see a vertical line was obtained. This was over. Next one we have 30 comma 65. Next one we have 30 comma 65. Press enter. I will be obtaining the next line. Next one I have 30 comma 50. Next line I have 30 30 comma 50. When I press enter, so this is the vertical downward line. Then I have the last point P12, which is 20 comma 50. Have a last point 20 comma. Once again, I will be typing it here. Command prompt 20 comma. So which is 50. Then I will press enter. Here we need to be very cautious. So I have drawn the diagram with the absolute coordinate method. The last point should be a closed point or end point. Simply we will type here close or we simply type C. The command prompt is need to type C or close such that our diagram is completed. So this is called your absolute coordinate method. So whatever things you done, those are also visible. You can clearly see in the command prompt. We have a history. You can see whatever things you done, those are clearly going to visualize in the command prompt. First we started with a 20 comma 20 and we end up with a close. Everything is there in the command prompt. You can go back and you can verify. So this is how we can finish our first diagram, which is nothing but absolute coordinate method. We come back. So we drawn this diagram. You can clearly visualize whatever diagram we draw. We seen it here. Same diagram was drawn in our AutoCAD. So we'll see this dimensioning and everything next session. Okay. Well, thank you.